The Devlin Sports Podcast Network.
Ali Williams, the former World Cup winning All Black, has now in his new life, amongst other business interests, invested in the new A-League franchise Auckland FC. He and his wife Anna Mowbray have joined forces with former Phoenix star Tim Brown, our only current NBA player Stephen Adams, Noah Hickey, the American billionaire Bill Foley, amongst others, as financial owners of the club. They've made a dream start, have Auckland, to their inaugural season, winning the first 3 games played without conceding a single goal in the process, and that alone equals an A-League record. The biggest and best result so far, a 2-0 smash and grab Saturday afternoon in Wellington, at the home of and in the face of the Phoenix and their faithful. 26,000 fans at the Cake Tin, a record for a non-playoff club football match in this country. He joins me. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Marty. What an introduction. That was a long-winded one, wasn't it?
Oh, you know who you're talking to.
Yeah, it's better than that. And ex-All Black, or All Black. You know what I mean? There's a bit more girth to that one, isn't there?
Well, you've changed your life, haven't you? And you've moved on in your life. And this is one of the more public things that you've done, including, of course, going down to Wellington, being part of that atmosphere for it. Now, you've been involved in World Cup finals. You've been involved in games, record crowds all over the world. What was the atmosphere like for that compared to other sporting events that you've been and played at?
Yeah, it was pretty special. I haven't actually ever been a crowd in the crowd at Wellington. So for me, that was a first as well, being in the crowd. But there is something different about football. And you only sort of slowly grasp it the more we get into it, and the deeper we get into it, and the deeper we connect with the communities and the fans. And there's a passion and a loyalty for your team. But also, I think there's a lot more of a lightheartedness, knowing that results can be either way. They can be swung either way, given a minute of genius, rather than other sports that is a continuous dominance where you don't really have a chance if you're in that position. So the energy is second to none. Prime example with the lightheartedness is we walked out of the lunch we were hosting a few sponsors and the likes, and a lot of fun actually, and walked out, Anna and myself, into the yellow fever they call themselves in the Phoenix faithful, and we get the old wankers, and it was all just done in good spirits.
Yeah.
And it's showing their loyalty, putting a bit of tongue in cheek on the whole thing, but being there for a reason, which is to celebrate football, seeing quality football, and showing your colours, right? And seeing all the mums and the dads there with their kids and all that sort of stuff is second to none. Now, there's one other chapter, which is that faithful supporter. And we probably don't have it as much as in rugby or other sports. We don't have it as much as they have it in football. And we've got the Port, the Phoenix have got yellow fever, and the noise they generate is just unbelievable, and that creates a whole atmosphere and a whole spectacle in itself, right? So if you're going, I'll go and watch it, you see these guys going nuts in the corner, and you see little kids jumping up and down, you see adults jumping up and down and just singing and basically enjoying the whole atmosphere from woe to go, and that's something really, really special. So for us, it's keep driving that sort of rivalry off the field as well as on the field, because on the field the boys are doing what they need to do, but off the field it's growing that sort of stuff. So if I put it in comparison to other stadiums and places that I played in, that was pretty special in the weekend. I mean, I wouldn't quite put it up to the World Cup final here in 2011 when no one said anything, because we're all shitting ourselves.
I made that last 7 or 8 minutes was a nightmare. I remember It was a nightmare.
But I mean, it's like playing in Europe. It's like playing in England when they sing that stupid song and Sweet Chariot, and they just drown you out with voice and noise. So, look, let's just keep growing it. We're all ears. We want to understand what the fans want, what the supporters want. Not just at the game, but getting to the game, out of the game, stadiums, all that sort of stuff. We're all ears. We want to do this right. We want to do this properly, and we want to create something that's sustainable and something that works, and listen to our fans.
You're talking about exuberance. You're talking about letting yourself go. You're talking about actually going to a game of sport and forgetting all the things in your life that restrict you from behaving like an idiot, like a kid, right? And that's right. This is the kind of stuff that, as a football fan, that's why people are attracted to this game. Yeah. The Warriors have tapped into that as well, where you're allowed to go and you're actually allowed to be a little bit of a clown And look, we don't do that at rugby. And it's one of the questions that I've got for you later on is how does rugby actually match this? Because one of the things that you're big on as well, and we're both big on this, there's no big rivalry going on that this sport is better than that sport, or these fans are better than that fans, or whatever. You're just actually adding something new to this is what the purpose of it is, isn't it?
100%. I mean, look, why would I take anything away from a game that gave me so much? In rugby, I don't want to do that. But what I want to do is I want to show people, and not just me, all of us in the group, what we want to show people is a few things. Is as a club, let's connect to the community, because that's important, and especially in times like now, we need the community. We need our peers either side of us, getting through what we're in at the moment, and that excitement, and give us energy. So that's a big one with the community. Secondly, there's that professionalism with the pathways and the likes, which is obviously what the players do. You don't have to worry about professional sports people. They focus and they care about winning more than anyone else. They live and breathe it. That is taken care of, and we've got a great football department that's taking care of that, and we can see by the results on the field. And then thirdly, what is sport? To me,
fun. It's meant to be fun, man.
To me, sport is entertainment.
It's meant to be.
Yeah, to me, it's not just about the result. It's about the experience during the week. It's about the experience at the game. It's about making some noise. And as you say, it's sort of letting those inhibitions go and just having some fun. Scream, yell, get in behind it, celebrate the good times, wear the bad times with each other, and just keep growing. And that's what I think the game of football is actually showing us as New Zealanders, that's what it's about, and that's what it's been brought on.
We're allowed to be like this for an hour and a half on a Sunday afternoon or a Sunday afternoon. It's absolutely
epic.
fine.
Yeah, it's epic.
So these crowds that you're getting, you sold out the opener. Second game was 15,000 at Go Media Mount Smart Stadium. That was a hell of a good crowd. December the 7th, the rematch of the Derby is going to be a sellout. I think you've got 8,000 or 9,000 tickets for the next home game. Yeah. Phoenix, 7,500 for their opener. 26,000 for that derby. So obviously this rivalry is going to do something not only for the A-League but for football in this country. How do you keep driving those crowds? How do you and when the results don't go well, and we've seen it with a lot of Auckland sports teams, the crowds start falling. So what's your plan B in case? Yeah,
well, I mean, if we solely base this on results on the field, then probably one of the dumbest things we've done, right? So it can't just be about results. Yes, results help, and we can see that, but come along to a game, experience it. You'll know that it's something different, right? The Wellington-Phoenix game there was an energy there which was very, very, very different. Will Wellington-Phoenix come out more next week? I hope so, to support their team, because their team needs it, right? Come to Go Media Stadium, experience it. It's different. We got a 25, 30-metre slide going down it. Kids going interactive. They're playing. You've got food trucks. You've got music. You've got DJs. I'm trying all sorts of crazy things. I've just got to work with health and safety, which is probably not my best friend. But I'm trying different things, because going to a stadium is about the experience.
Yeah,
it's not just the product on the. It's not just the product on the field. We're creating tailgating. We're creating boot parties with the ethnic communities, and we're calling it "This is Auckland" because we're walking towards the diversity that we have in this town. We want them to be involved. Fijian Indians. We want, Chinese. We want South Americans. We want all those people to feel involved in this town, because it's their town. It's not our town, it's their town, it's everyone's town, right? And that's who we are. They bring something that we've never experienced. So let us absorb their culture. And how do we do that? We're doing it through the game of football. And that's the best part. That's the exciting part. We've got drums, we've got everything, And the Warriors have done that. They've embraced the community, which is Auckland, which is very diverse. They've embraced that, and look at it. It's so much fun. The same with us. So come on, experience it. Learn what we're trying to do. If you've got any crazy, weird suggestions, let me know, mate. I'll give it a crack. I'll try. I'll push the health and safety boundaries to give it fun. And you know what? More than anything, this is a family-orientated place. The stadiums for us is a family-orientated place where you can bring the kids, get them involved, and it's 4 hours that you can kill getting there, having fun, getting back, having fun. And you might have read a bit of that rubbish in the weekend about the safety and all that sort of stuff. It's absolute bullshit.
I didn't actually read any of it. So.
The fans are in such good spirits. The people are in such good spirits. We're not going down that European bullshit path where blah, blah, blah. This is fun. And this is all safe, and this is fun, and it's just epic. So, get along. We'll keep pushing the boundaries. You let me know what boundary you want me to push.
So there is segregation between the fans. Is that necessary in New Zealand?
No, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. We saw that. We walk through the streets together. Why on the stadium should it be any different? Look, with respects, did the Phoenix over whatever, what do you want to call it, take too many precautions? I believe so. Are they running what they run? Yeah, that's no problems. Did the fans just get on and deal with it? Yes, they did. Did they all have fun? Yes, they did. All good-hearted humour? Yes, it was.
You're not planning to do that at Mount Smart or Go Media Stadium. You're not planning to segregate fans.
No,
but you've got to
not.
have them at different ends of the ground. So
they have their spot.
Yes.
Because that's where the voice comes
but
from.
But people
can
sit next to each other in their own shirts, can't they?
100%. One of the things that I think I find fascinating is everyone, you go through all these things and, you did this, you did this. You know what this world is about? This world's about having an opinion. And don't sit on the fence, have an opinion.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Yeah, like something or don't like something. There's nothing wrong with that. I tell my kids, have an opinion, have a view on something. Don't bash your opinion on someone else and make them change, but have your opinion and be proud of that opinion. And whether it's a right or wrong, it's your opinion, and that's the freedom of what we live in this world.
Okay, so you get 25,000 for a sellout, and now you got plans to go to Western Springs and build an 8,000 seat stadium. I can't do the maths.
Your numbers are wrong there.
Well, how does this work?
And the reality works behind what is sustainable. The reality works that this is still a dream. And, for me to come out and talk about all this sort of stuff is not really the right time. We've got all the processes to go through. But, there's method to a lot of the madness. And we're still in the hands of the council and seeing what that process comes. But if something eventuates, then, we'll talk about it and we'll figure it all out.
Would it be bigger than 8,000?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it going to cost the ratepayers a hell of a lot of money?
Here's the best part. It's costing the ratepayers nothing. And whether we're mad or stupid, who knows? But we're not leaning on the ratepayers to do anything.
Right,
It's massive.
It's worthy and it's lofty, and you want to change lives and you want to make better people and you want to embrace the experience and you want Auckland to be a better place and you want to engage the communities and all of this kind of stuff. This is a business, man. This comes down to making money, and this has to make money because none of you are short of $1. Otherwise, you wouldn't be throwing it at an A-League franchise in a competition where none of these clubs make money, and they're all underwritten by a guy who's got a big fat bank balance. So that side of it, how do you make money here? And if it's not making money, how long do you stay? Are you prepared
We're definitely long term. We're definitely long term. The whole commitment of going in was long term. The element of investing is very real in both Bill and Anna's and the others' heads. So we understand those economics. Do we want to keep forking out and losing money? No. But will we for the first few years? Correct. Can we help by engaging and changing and challenging business models? Yes, we can. Will we do that? Yes, we want to, because the more sustainable this is, the better and the bigger we can push. But no, this is definitely long term.
But what you're saying is you expect in the first couple of years not to make any money. To lose money.
Bleak reality is, to be honest, it's a charity element. You're giving back to the country, to Auckland, to figure out how we can grow football in this country. And I don't think the country, or especially Auckland, really knows how lucky they are to have someone like Anna and Bill and the others that have come in and accepted that harsh reality. But that's why we make the most of it. As a city, we make the most of it. As we thank them in so many other different ways. The players do it. We thank them in so many other ways. We challenge the norm because that's who they are as people. And we see if we can be different, because I believe we strongly can be. We're one of the largest cities in the world which doesn't have a professional football team. Mm-hmm. Now it does. Why can't we change that? You can see the brands, the exposure that we're giving them. Here, you can also see with the brands the commitment we have to the community. You know what I mean? There's so many positives that we can do for this, and we've got to create a sustainable model because we're not going anywhere. We just want to have fun doing it, and we want to give back.
Okay, I'm just about to ring the CEO of New Zealand Rugby, because what you're saying here...
I rang him last week.
Well, this is, all of the stuff that, they talk about at the Politburo in Wellington. They talk about fan engagement. They talk about all of these words that are on a whiteboard and in a management speak book. but you're very practically doing them. How does rugby turn this around, mate? Because the biggest sporting crowds in Auckland at the moment, you've got them. The Warriors have got them. Kiwis versus Tonga on the weekend. The Breakers are consistent. If the All Blacks are playing at Eden Park, of course. If we've got a World Cup going on, women's football, women's rugby, you're going to pack that venue out. How does rugby, and this is your beloved rugby as much as it is mine as well, mate, and it's our country's national game, how does rugby tap into this and rebuild itself and start capturing some of what you're talking about?
Look, I don't have the answers. Do you want to see all sports flourish?
Yes.
I would say one of the big things that where we're lucky is, we've got 3 or 4, 5 decision makers. We back each other. We make a call and we go for it. Will we fail? 100% will we fail. Will we succeed? 100% will we succeed. You've got to fail fast to know what people actually want. I think the big thing is we want to listen. We want to understand what people want, and we want to try things. Do I have a solution for New Zealand rugby? No. Do I look at it from a whole in terms of New Zealand sport? That's what I'm looking at it more from. I want to see New Zealand sport do better. Why is it that the All Blacks are the pinnacle of world rugby, but yet New Zealand football isn't? I mean, there's no reason they shouldn't be. Look at Chris Wood; he's the 3rd highest goal scorer in the Premiership this year. I mean, that says itself. We have the talent, we have the mental capacity, we have the ability here physically and mentally. Let's grow all our sports. New Zealand netball, the sailing, we bat so far above our weight. Let's just keep growing that in different sports. I mean, this is a country which creates so many great humans. 2 quick questions to go.
So Paddy Gow writes a clickbait column. He says that it's a fake club and everything else. Do you kind of connect that to the Ellie Williams rhymes with a tanker starts with a W, the crowd kind of doing that? Do you embrace all of that kind of stuff? The airplane going overhead, wear yellow. I thought your genius billboard at the end of the game in Wellington where you take the W and you take it home, all of that. Is this all to you just part of the banter? The more people are talking about it, the better it is as far as you're concerned.
I think it's the humour. I think it's the light-hearted nature that we want to put into sport. Paddy Gow having his view, mate, brilliant. Have more views like that. You know what I mean? Use those air times to talk about it. This clickbait bullshit drives me nuts. It's, let's at least educate and inform people in our news, but we don't do that, do we?
No.
It's all about clickbait and horse shit. So don't get me
started on this. Okay,
that's ridiculous, and that really shows what we're doing as a country. Actually, as a country and as a media operation, why don't we look at the people that we have? And we've got great people. Why push it down to the lowest common denominator?
I don't know,
Don't
mate.
be losers.
I've been in newsrooms arguing about this for years. It's exactly
don't be
the
losers.
same
Let's
stuff.
get some positivity.
Treat people with intelligence and respect, God damn it.
You guys drive it, you know what I mean? So let's have some positivity, and that's what we're doing. We're having positivity with friendly banter, and friendly banter can have your opinion and keep having your opinion because, as I say, we're on the good side of the ledger this weekend against the Phoenix. Who knows what will happen the other time, but let's laugh at it, right? Let's laugh at ourselves. If we can laugh at ourselves and we can laugh at everyone else, we can actually walk home and enjoy our experience.
You've had this attitude your whole of your life, since we've known each other for over 20 years, right?
Yeah.
Through all kinds of ups and downs, both of us ups and downs. It doesn't matter, does it? You still wake up every day, you've got a smile on your face. You love this shit, don't you?
Well, I only have to look at my dad and what he had to wake up to, you know what I mean?
Point.
He had to wake up with someone waking him up, get him out of bed. So consider ourselves lucky. We've all got challenges. We've all, perceivedly, we're all in the trenches. Some of us more so than others, and I'm very, very fortunate and I accept that. But our mindset is what dictates our day, right? Our attitude and our vision to make a difference, and whether that is just walking around with a smile or whether that's supporting our team or whether that's giving 100% to our kids, whatever it is, you set your own mindset on that given day. So, I don't see why you want to be grumpy, Marty. You know what I mean? Let's all just have fun and accept we're all different and walk towards it.
It's been a hell of a start, mate. Congratulations all over that. I can't leave without asking you, can the All Blacks beat Ireland this weekend? I was, of course, in Paris last year at that quarter-final. I had so many doubts before that game. It was a giant of an All Black performance. It was one of those games where you love the All Blacks so much because it's tenacity, it's courage, and I always love it when the world hates us, we're at our best. You back us into a corner. That's what I love about the All Blacks.
We do love being
mate.
Underdogs, right?
Absolutely, mate.
Mate, of course they can win. I just hope they go to the Guinness factory and have a few quiets and enjoy touring and get on that field and win. They'll they've got the talent, they've got the vision, and they've got the New Zealander in them that doesn't let anyone sit down and rest. So, of course they'll win.
DSPN, the Devlin Sports Podcast Network.